Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video, I'm going to be unboxing the new 2021 M1 MacBook Pro in space gray, and it's 14 inches, I believe. I've been getting so many requests lately from you guys in my Instagram DMs and comments asking if I'm going to be unboxing this laptop, because as you guys know, I love unboxing Apple products for you guys so you guys can like see them, and I love just being able to create that content for you guys. And for Christmas, I got an Apple gift card, and I decided that that is a good donation to help me buy this laptop. So yesterday, I put the purchase in, and I picked it up today, and we have it right here. I'm so excited to open this up, because when I do these type of videos and I'm like upgrading my already existing Apple products, I try to get a new product that has new and better features and isn't just like the same thing but newer, if you know what I mean. Like, I don't want to waste money, and this MacBook Pro definitely has a lot of new features, so I'm really excited to show them to you guys and kind of explore it. There are going to be timestamps in this video if you're interested in different parts of it, so if you are interested in like skipping to the specs part of this video or the new features or just the unboxing, you can run your cursor along the timeline of this video, or you can just look in the description and they will all be listed there. I think that's all I really have for the intro, and let's just get started. Okay, so I'm just gonna start off by telling you guys a few little specs on the MacBook that I purchased, and I don't know them by heart, so I'm just gonna read them off my phone. So I bought the Apple M1 MacBook Pro with 8-core CPU, 14-core GPU, and a 16-core neural engine. I'm not a tech channel or like anything like that, so I'm not exactly sure what that is, but if you are interested in knowing that, that's why I'm reading it for you. It has 16 gigabytes of unified memory, 512 gigabytes of SSD storage, a 67-watt USB-C power adapter, 14-inch liquid retina XDR display, 3 Thunderbolt 4 ports, HDMI port, SDXC card slot, and a MagSafe 3 port. And then it also has a backlit Magic Keyboard with Touch ID. Oh, and I also got it in the color space gray, and it's 14 inches, not the 16. So yeah, if you wanted to know any further details on the Mac that I got, because you can like customize the options, those are the little options that I chose. I usually go for like the cheapest version of it because they're already like $2,000. I still want to get a good MacBook, but cheap enough to where I can still afford it. And yeah, that is the information for my MacBook. One little side note, I am filming this in my guest room at my aunt's house in Texas. As you guys may or may not know, I am in Texas for the second week of my winter break, and since I got the Apple gift card for Christmas, we decided why not just pick up the MacBook here in Texas. So I'm filming in Texas, and I don't really have like my normal setup, so I don't really have a tabletop to put this on, so I think I'll just try to like hold it up the best I can for you guys. Now let's go to the unboxing. That was not as satisfying as I hoped. Alright guys, now for the fun little reveal of the MacBook. It's not very interesting when you first open the box, but this is what it looks like when you first open it. You have your MacBook wrapped in this like paper. I'll just go ahead and take that out. So this is what it looks like. Once again, I got it in space gray. And this is what it looks like without the wrapping on it. Just by like holding it, I can already feel like a difference. I'm not sure if it's heavier or not. This is my MacBook Pro that I have right now, and then this is the new one. So you can see a little bit of a difference on the sides, but they don't feel really too much different in their weight. I don't know, it just feels very different, but we'll get into that in a second. And then this is what the box looks like with the MacBook out. Obviously, first we have the normal envelope that comes with every Apple package. In the envelope, we have the MacBook Pro like little instruction sheet, some little paperwork, and 2 black Apple stickers. I've never seen like black Apple stickers before, and I've never gotten 2 in one pack before, so that's really cool. And yeah, I've never seen black Apple stickers. I don't know if this is like a new thing or not. And then underneath that envelope, we have the charging block. I'm pretty sure this is like the same as the other one. And then lastly, we have the charging cord. I know for a fact that this is new from the last one or few, because I've seen a lot of pictures and it's definitely different. Okay, so this is what the cord looks like. First off, it has a different texture. It has a different texture on the outside. I'm not sure if you guys can really like tell, but it has more of like a cording texture. And then the plug-in, they went back to this type of charging plug. It's not really a plug, it's more like a magnet. And then they have the USB-C on the other side. And that's what's in the box. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and open up the new MacBook and try to set it up. I love that sound. It's so satisfying. So this is the backlit black keyboard, and they took the, ooh, it's doing something. Okay, so it's writing hello in a bunch of like languages on the screen, but this is the blacklit keyboard, and it does still have Touch ID, but they took off the touch bar for MacBook Pros. And honestly, I like that better because I didn't find very much use for it, honestly, like except for maybe using emojis. And also these keys seem so much bigger, like something's different. But I'm gonna go ahead and try to set this up and we'll see what happens. And while my MacBook is like transferring data and all that, I'm going to talk about some of its new features and just some of the reasons why I decided to trade my old one in for this new one. So first I'll just start with the charger, and Apple went back to the MagSafe like magnetic charger, so it no longer really plugs in, it's kind of just a magnet. And also the cord is more of this like flexible cording texture, so it's less likely to break. Next up, they just have a new design like shape overall with the MacBook. So this is the new one, and this is my current MacBook Pro, so they look pretty similar. I'm pretty sure the Apple logo is a little bit bigger on this one, and then the new one is a little bit thicker. So here are the two thicknesses if you're interested. So this one is the new one and this is my original. This is the 13-inch MacBook Pro, and then this is the 14-inch MacBook Pro. And so you can see this one is a little bit bigger, and I think it is a little bit thicker, but I could be wrong. It doesn't feel much heavier, and then it does have a little bit more of like a rectangular shape. The main reason of why I wanted to upgrade my laptop is because they added back all of these ports on the new MacBook Pro, and this is so helpful for me just because I do YouTube. So currently my MacBook Pro has 3 ports. It has 2 USB-C and 1 headphone jack. So basically to plug anything into it, I need a little converter or like a hub. So I need to make sure to have that with me basically wherever I take my laptop. But with the new MacBook Pro, they have so many new little ports. So we have the charging port. They still kept the 2 USB-C and the headphone jack. But then on this side, they added another USB-C, I believe. I think this one is an HDMI, but here's the good part. They added an SD card slot, which for me doing YouTube, this is so helpful because if you didn't know, I use SD cards to film on when I film on my camera. So now I don't need to take my little port hub thing everywhere I go, and I can just have it on my MacBook, which you guys, that is literally like, you might not understand how big of a deal that is for me. I don't know, it's just something that I really thought was helpful. So yeah, that's the main reason why I got this laptop. But then also there are new changes on the inside. First, I'll start off with the keyboard. So as I already mentioned, they did change the keyboard to this backlit one, and they took off the touch bar and kept the Touch ID here. I think it looks really nice, and I love how it kind of like typed. And I'll show you guys a comparison to the other keyboard. This is really hard to hold up to max, but here's the original keyboard, and then here's the new one. I just feel like this looks much more sleek and like it just looks better in general. And then since this is 14 inches, it's obviously 1 inch bigger than my other one, but they also took the border off, or like made the border around the screen much skinnier or like thinner. So this is how much border there is right here. You can see it the best. There's like the tiniest bit, and there's not really any border up here on the camera. When I set up the computer, it'll be easier for you guys to see the borders because this background is harder to see, but the border is much smaller. And then I'll show you guys the border on mine currently. This is how thick it like originally was. You can definitely see a difference. It's much thinner, which gives you much more screen space. Like I said, I'm not a tech channel or like a tech person. Like I don't know a lot about tech, so I don't know too many specs about this computer. These are just the main ones. I do also know obviously it has more storage, and it also has a longer battery life, which is really good. And yeah, so those are pretty much the new features that are bigger, at least in my opinion. But if you are interested in finding out more about this laptop, I will link it in the description down below so you guys can check that out for yourself. And I think I'm going to finish setting up this computer, and I'll check back in with you guys either later today or tomorrow to show you guys how it looks all set up. Okay, so it is a few days later and I've finished setting up my new MacBook. So I just wanted to kind of show you guys like how it looks. Okay, so this is my screen here. I got this picture off of Pinterest for the background. I thought it was really pretty. So yeah, that's that. I have a few clips here that I was using for editing, my 3 folders, and then these are all the things things that I have on my dock. It's pretty basic, like it's nothing that special, but I know some people were gonna be wondering what it looked like, and that's what it looks like on the inside. So yeah, I believe that's all I have for today's video. I do want to give you guys a big thank you for supporting me, because obviously without that, I wouldn't be able to purchase this laptop. So thank you guys so much, and I'm super excited to continue another year on YouTube. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed today's video, make sure you like, subscribe, and hit that bell down below to be notified whenever I post. I currently don't have a posting schedule, but I'm trying to go for one post a week. I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!